Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Katamari Forever, also known as Katamari Damacy Tribute. I am Dylan, I'm also known as your host, and I received a request recently that was so delightfully contradictory that I just have to try it out right away. The request was to play as Drive, who is apparently here on the last page, with the horsey equipped. And yeah, like I said, I wanted to try this one out right away, it just sounds so ridiculous. Drive, who is legless, cannot conceivably ride a horse, but let's go see how that works. Okay, it looks like the horse just sort of slides right inside of Drive. It's almost like the horse is riding Drive rather than Drive riding the horse. His tires still touching the ground, but the horse's legs don't quite make it there. The mask is interesting here too. It looks almost like a Ghostbusters logo. I'm sure that's some sort of like a traffic sign that I just don't recognize, but in any case, we're all set, so let's head over to the Robo King's Cosmos, where we are going to be rolling on, what is it? Make a star 8 as large as possible. Yet another as large as possible stage where we have no secondary objective, merely want to get as large as possible. However, unlike last time, this is not one of the stages from the original Katamari Damacy. This one is in fact from, I believe, We Love Katamari, where I think it was just called As Large as Possible Number. This may have been number 5, I want to say. I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong on that. But this stage, in a lot of ways, at least in the beginning, a reference to Make a Star 4 from the original. Make a Star 4 was just like one of those really perfect Katamari stages that they really wanted to include it as much as possible. It was a regular stage and an eternal stage in the original. It appeared in this game, and also it had this stage, which, like I'm saying, is a bit of an homage to it. You can see this starting room here, laid out very similar to the one in that game, right down to many of the objects. Like there's a stereo over there with some batteries sticking out of it, which is really reminiscent of Make a Star 4. However, this one does not require the sort of intense routing here in the start that stage had, so I'm going to be able to just roll around, getting whatever I can. No specific order that I need to roll things up in, because I can pretty much roll everywhere in this room and be guaranteed to be picking up something. I'm going to try not to get that broken heart just yet. We will be getting it relatively soon, because once you leave this room, it's almost impossible to return to it. Well, actually, at a certain point, it becomes actually impossible to return to it. So we're going to get everything from this room that we want before leaving it. Gonna roll up here, get some film and some sushi, and then roll back. So on this stage, we have 8 minutes to reach 3 meters in size. There is a shooting star available on this stage, and there are also 2 cousins and 2 presents, so a total of 5 things to collect while we're here. Let's see if we can do it all in one run, though I wouldn't be surprised if it takes 2. There's our first cousin right there. Let's see if I can get up. I'll just use the hop here. Take another shot at it, and there we go. There's Velvet. What was that weird skirt just now? Yeah, Velvet, one of the original cousins. I'm a bit disappointed by her appearance in this game. In the original, she had no legs. She just had that sort of UFO-shaped skirt, and she just flew around. And I liked that particularly because she had a really great description. I think if you looked at her in the collection, her description was something like, "So haughty she doesn't touch the ground." Haughty as in H-A-U-G-H-T-Y, not H-O-T-T-I-E, though I suppose she is something of a hottie by cousin standards. Anyway, I wish people used the term hottie more, the H-O-U version, I like that word. Anyway, I liked the cousin for that reason. Oh, and there's a royal present. Thought it was cool that she just thought herself above walking around, so she didn't, but in the later games it looked like they added a pair of legs to her to make her more, I'm not sure why, actually. It's an odd decision in my opinion. But she has legs now, and she's now part of the Katamari, as is the first royal present. So remaining, we still have 1 cousin and 1 royal present. I've now left the room, so we've left the confines of the area of the stage that reminds me of Make a Star 4, and we're out in the open world, which is more like the town stages from the original Katamari Damacy, though it is the town unique to We Love Katamari. We've previously seen this one on such stages as the Money stage and one of the more recent ones, what was it? Oh yes, the Sumo stage was also set in this vista. But here we are not rolling up food nor expensive things, just whatever we can find, getting as large as we can. and we have 5 minutes left to do it. We're currently at 40 centimeters, which is less than a sixth of our overall goal, but this is by far the most time we've ever been allotted. Is that actually true? No, because there are stages in which we've been allotted an indefinite amount of time, so that can't possibly be true. But nonetheless, 8 minutes is a long time, though we're going to be using a lot of it, I think. This is not one of the easier stages. It's not particularly challenging in the way that some stages, including Make a Star 4, are, but it's not a cakewalk like the race stage was last time. I like the race stage, but why is that so long? Alright, so we're here at a 50-meter barrier, and perfect timing, we just reached 50 meters, so we're free to move on in that direction, but I'm actually going to decline doing so, because right over here is Twinkle, our second cousin on the stage, and one who actually is legless. Or is he actually legless? Does he have little legs sticking out of his star part? Oh, actually, I think he does actually have legs. So, yet another legged cousin. I guess Drive is a little bit more unique among all of these legged cousins, because he merely has the tire. We're going to be rolling over here now. You can go straight through these plants, so feel free to just do a quick roll there. You're not going to crash into anything. You can just pick up those masks and those kokishis, and then carry on. Does not look like a lot of objects in this direction, so I'm going to be getting back on the road here, looking for some things that are around our size. Also, one more royal present, and that happens to be over on the schoolyard, so I'm going to be working my way in that direction ultimately. Not that I'm really sure what direction that is. I kind of have a poor sense of direction when it comes to this city. I don't know it as well as I know Pigeon Town from the original. Oh, here's the school. Very convenient, right in front of us. I don't think we can actually get in yet. Well, we could hop over the fence, but once you're the size at which you're able to roll up the things within the schoolyard, that fence will start opening for you. So since I see that the fence is not sliding open yet, I'm not even going to bother. However, we just moved up a size category, so now might be the time. I'll be wrapping back around in that direction. Can I just shortcut this way? I wonder if I can roll up these bricks. Nope, looks like they're not individual bricks like they appeared to be, but actual fence sections. And no, the gate's still not opening, so I guess I'll roll around a little bit longer and then come back. These brooms are adding to my size nicely, though. So I think I'm just going to turn right back around and go over there right now. Open. Yes, okay, it's opening for me now. I'm going to grab that heart on my way out, I think, because I'm going to be much larger by the time I'm leaving here than I am now. Because here, I should be able to get up to people rolling size. If I'd planned things out more carefully, I would have anyway. Anyway, there's our second royal present. It's under that stack of steps there. And because we rolled up all of those steps, we can now roll up people. So I'm going to wrap back around. And can't get those guys yet, but I can get these ones. And this stack here is actually a bunch of individual people, these gymnastic girls here, so I can roll up each of those individually, even though they collectively are much larger than me. And then come over here and get the second broken heart of this stage, that being the instantaneous variety. You may have already guessed that, because the one we rolled up earlier was of the continuous variety. The continuous one, not terribly useful, but this instantaneous one is quite powerful. I like it. We're now nearly at our goal already, and we're going to have to reach that goal fairly quickly now if we want that shooting star, so I'm going to be taking some quick rolls around town here. And yeah, 1 minute left on the clock. We may have already missed our chance at the shooting star, but at least I've gotten both royal presents, both cousins, so we won't have that to worry about should I have to come back here a second time to get that shooting star. And there's the goal. 3 meters, 3 centimeters now. A little over 1 minute on the clock, I believe. So now we're just free to roll around wherever we want. We're now much larger than most of the things in this town, so we're free to roll up pretty much whatever we want. Over here in this building off to the left is where we started. As you can see, there's now no way back into that house. Just a white-gloved hand blocking our way. So if we had previously missed Velvet or the royal present atop the microwave, we would have to start over in order to get those two things, but I knew where they were, so I got them before leaving. Back here in the schoolyard. Are we large enough to get the green fences? Excellent. Okay, once you're able to get those green fences, you can come over here to the pool. There's not a lot of reason to do so, though, because there's just a couple of swimmers here. Nothing particularly large, but the fences themselves are nice. Oh, here's Kuro. I don't know why Kuro's here. We've already rolled up Kuro way back on the wealth stage, or rich stage, whatever that's called. But it's nice to have him again. Even though we're not getting anything new, it's still another object to roll up. Come across this bridge here, and we're back over by those same apartments where we started once again. I guess I wrapped around the stage pretty quickly that time. Alright, 30 seconds. Let's get these people off this rooftop. Not sure how they got up there, but they clearly need our help getting down, and I'm happy to provide it. 24 seconds. Almost at 5 meters. Will we make it there in time? Make it to that arbitrary milestone, just to add tension here at the end. Come on, let's do it. 5 meters. Let's get there. Let's see. What about this thing? Can we grab that? That's not going to get us there. Don't think we're going to make 5 meters. That's okay, though. We did make a number much larger than the 3 meters necessary, and that's time. So, let's head on back to space and see how we stand up. Robo Rainbow! How did we do here on the as large as possible stage? With Drive and the Horsey, how did we do? Sometimes the simple things are the hardest. Like this task, rolling for size alone. I don't feel that that was particularly hard. There are much harder things to do in this game. Yes, took us 6 minutes, 13 seconds, which I don't think was quite fast enough. We probably needed to get it in under 6 minutes in order to get that comet, but we will see yet. It may still appear. It may actually be 6 minutes, 30 seconds or something. Anyway, mostly school things, also necessities and plants. School things, of course, are very necessary. Education, very important. 70 points. 70 points out of 100, not too bad. I feel that I could have done better, but I pretty much always feel that way. There's our first royal present. Guess what it is? I'm actually not sure what that is looking at it there. I know what this one is, though. That's the sword. It looks a little bit odd, but I imagine it's designed specially for Drive, so it might not be an actual sword, but I think that is the sword royal present that we get here on this stage. And there's Velvet, looking a little bit legged compared to her usual appearance. You can see that she still has that like rounded bottom. Previously that she just floated around on that, but now she has legs. I like her standing pose though, very dancy. And joining her is, what is his name, Twinkle, was it? I forgot already. Twinkle, yes, okay, I got it right. And you can see there he doesn't appear to have arms or legs, but it looked like he did when we rolled him up. I'm fairly sure he does when you're actually playing as him. I guess his just like neutral standing pose is him floating around without any limbs though. Some of the cousins do have really interesting neutral standing poses, like Daisy, who is on all fours. Hey, that's a shooting star, alright. I guess we got everything we needed here. Well then, that's very nice. So, Classroom Pluto, 70 points with a shooting star with 2 presents, 2 cousins. Not too bad if I do say so myself. Let's head over to the present stand, see what sort of new things we just collected. Though we might not be able to tell what they are on Drive, depending on how customized they are for him. Drive's gotta be one of the more unique cousins in the game. So here we have, let's see, let's look for that thing. There's the sword. Okay, it's a wrench on Drive. That's pretty cool. That's why it wasn't recognizable as a sword. Where's the other thing that we got? I still don't know what it is. I did not come prepared this time. There's the wrench, and no, it wasn't the secret wig. But whoa, look at that wig on Drive. That's cool. Okay, where was the thing? I like the mustache too. It makes him look like a clock. Where's the thing? Was that it? No, that's the crown. His crown is a pigeon? That's so sweet. Oh, I guess this was it. Was it the samurai hair? I think this was it. It goes well with his mustache. Alright, there it is. We got the samurai hair and the sword very appropriately on the same stage, I should say. And with that, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.